been living life right, like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side, PCH, country limit. I don't need a guide, follow lights, take me where I wanna visit. Are you alive? Or just breathing? Cause I've been living life right, like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side, PCH, country limit. I don't need a guide, follow lights, take me where I wanna visit. Are you alive? Or just breathing?
Hello.
Ready. Was actually ready that time.
Yeah. You know, I was halfway through because I turned the volume down because it come out so loud out of the laptop.
I know. I feel like I'm in like a concert when that starts. we need to sort that out. Just too loud.
Start singing along with it. Oh dear. Bear in mind, I've got the flu today, so if I'm coughing, sneezing, and blowing my noses, I apologise in advance.
I've got like it's weird. It's like kind of a flu, but it's like I don't feel ill. I've just got like
well, that's literally
stuff.
I felt sort of okay, and then literally one evening, within like half an hour, I was like, "Oh my god, I can't swallow! Oh my god, I can't breathe!" And I was like, I was like, oh. By the end of the evening, that was it. I was out cold,
having a miniature stroke.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the group. I mean, since Monday we had 5 people.
Yeah, well, I think about 12.
Now we've got 55. So
Yeah.
it's getting there. It's growing.
All Brits.
Yeah. Thanks to Marvel Legends UK as well for
yeah. Well, they're always a really good group as well. To be honest, I think.
Yeah.
And the other groups I've sort of been in, they've been one of the best.
And we're getting some people now from Power Rangers Lightning Collection. Get a few of them. So it's growing. It's growing. Next one is the film with G.I. Joe one though, about getting them lot in. It's not a UK group, is it?
There is a UK one. I'm part of the UK.
Oh, there is.
Yeah.
Oh, you can sort that one out.
I've got the contact of the admin guy, the founder, or founder, I should say. Evening, Logan. Hope you're okay. And Jacob. Evening. Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're doing good. Any new pickups since it's Monday, isn't it? Why does it feel like longer than a week?
I don't know. I think I've been working, and you've been busy, haven't you? So it's kind of
been very busy. Been a busy. Look at these bags. You wouldn't think I'm 26.
But I don't know. It feels like it's been a while, but it's it was only Monday that we last did this. So I mean,
but there's been things out. There's been a Tusken Raider being confirmed for Black Series.
I really like that actually. I'll try and get the
get an image up. My little
I was looking at that and it's like I actually don't mind looking at it. It looks it looks quite detailed, doesn't it?
I hate it though where they keep doing the publicity shots of it and they put the vintage collection one next to it, and it's like they're not the same. Like, stop putting these two together. Like, one's 3.75.
Yeah, I know. It's like you have to do a double take. So are they the same or are they not?
Yeah.
Like,
and the annoying thing is as well is I prefer the 3.75 figure to the. I like the warrior or woman.
I find that's the same with all of the 3.75s. I mean, you get so many more different figures and stuff for them, but they just need to be scaled up.
Well, when Phil was over this week, I was looking at the 3.75s, and the sculpt and the details on the figures, like, they're just unique per each character. You don't get a lot of reuse and stuff like that, which is, I don't know why they do it for the Black Series, but hey ho.
It's this one. Have you seen how much Commander Jesse's gone up for?
No.
$42.
What?
$42 on Walmart.
I thought it was just a generic normal release, wasn't it? Because it's in a normal box. It's not like a deluxe or special.
Oh, it is.
On my way home from work, I checked into Forbidden Planet and found the new Luke Skywalker, so I'm happy about it. Oh, nice. When I went in Forbidden Planet last Friday, there was not a Dicky Bird or Cal Kestis. So I could get him online, but I kind of got it in my head. I want to get him at Star Wars Celebration.
What, who? Cal Kestis?
No, Luke. The new Luke.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So here they are. So it's Tusken Warrior that looks 10 times better. I do like that. I think the Chieftain one...
It's like Tusken Kylo, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like a Tusken cosplaying as Kylo Ren.
It's the Chieftain one. It's the same as the normal one. It's just different colours.
Yeah.
I think I've only got my Tuskens out like once for the photo. Yeah. I've got 2 of them.
No, I haven't. I got 1. I thought I had 2 for some reason. No, I've got 1. So,
but I do like the look of them
too. But yeah, I mean the Tuskens are pretty cool.
I think it's good for the detail they've added onto it, because it's recently we have not been getting very well detailed figures. It's more like animated style, but this seems quite a nice addition.
A step forward, bit of weathering, and stuff.
We'll see though, because it'll be on the same body as the last one, so the articulation is going to be the same.
The articulation of the old one was pretty good though, even though it was old style. The Cyclops cyborg freak, so uncivilized.
Is that something to do with Tusken? Like,
I don't know.
I don't know what that means. No, Jesse, obviously, we spoke about this when he was announced.
Yeah, I need to put my pre-orders in for these guys, but I was kind of like, there's so much stuff around at the moment that is still there to buy, and I'm like, do I want to pre-order it?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't pre-ordered a Star Wars figure for a long time.
Yeah, neither. Like, normally I just sort of like get it as a when. And to be honest, I never know when they're coming out. They just sort of seem to sort of like they're coming out and then they're out.
They're there.
Yeah.
Yeah. They'll say like April and then they'll release it in like February. It's just a bit all over the place. Like Blob, I mean, he was meant to come out, wasn't he? He's still not out.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows? They just release it whenever. I remember when just after COVID they went through that phase of pre-orders all coming out at once. So you end up like nothing in your bank.
Yeah, it all drops, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So
there's some like kind of action shots of it.
Yeah. No, it looks really nice, detailed, and what is that one?
But I don't know why they can't just do that. Do you know what I mean? If they've done that one, why can't they do that one?
Yeah. I think it's because there's two teams that are running it, but I would just be like, oh, you're doing it, we'll do it. So one doesn't miss out than the other.
It's like the whole they don't talk to each other sort of thing.
Yeah. It's kind of like they're trying to outdo each other, because, I mean, you look at the clone troopers that the vintage collection have. They have Jesse, Fives and Echo already in that 3-pack. They have Havoc. They have like all the other.
They have all of them.
Trooper dudes, yeah.
Jacob put, wouldn't it be great if they could give us Tuskens with a couple different heads, interchangeable weapons and accessories? Yeah, but the thing is, though, with that, they wouldn't do that because it's more money to release them as separate figures.
Yeah.
So that's why they do it.
I think that's where Hasbro go now. It's sort of like, oh, we could give an extra head here, but we could put that extra head on another body and charge another £25 for it.
Yeah. Which, when you think about it, you would, wouldn't you?
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? If you was running a business, that's kind of, making money in it. But,
yeah.
I mean, it is annoying, but it's one of those things. But here's a comparison here. Bodies have been used for both of them. Obviously, we know that one was.
They reused Ray, really?
Yeah. Well,
mind you, the face looks better.
Yeah. See, I quite like the hooded Ray. I don't know why I'm pointing at the screen because you can't see it.
All I can see is like pointing.
The hooded Ray.
Yeah. The hooded Ray.
That'd look quite good as like a ninja character. You could easily make that into a ninja type character.
Rags.
but it's 3.75, so that's your main problem there. Anything else they've got?
Nah, I think it's all going backwards, isn't it?
Yeah.
They could take a page from G.I. Joe and their recently announced Trooper builds. Yeah, but this is where I just feel like the Hasbro they just don't communicate to each other. What works in one, they'll go right. Well, that's really good. Well done, guys. Anyway, we, and that's what I was saying. Even that Indiana Jones figure, like all the stuff that they've had coming out for a long time, even with the articulation, and then all of a sudden, some little bright spark comes in and go, oh, we're going to put a little peg in with a ball joint on it and the hand fit on there, and then there's no articulation. Brilliant. I really like that. Let's do it. And it's just like, why? No, he's got no hinge or anything. He's just got these rotating hands that just don't do anything. You can't even pivot them or anything like that. They're just like, ah. So
I feel it's because they're all separate departments, aren't they? And you'd think
you just think that
they just share ideas. Like
Yeah.
they're the same company.
Yeah.
And that's what I don't understand. They're the same company, but they hide.
The only thing is, like, do they want to come out as different? Do you know what I mean? Like, they don't want bits to be interchangeable with others. Like, oh, here's a human-looking guy. Or don't give him hands that come out like Marvel Legends, because otherwise the Marvel Legends guy will be using Indiana Jones' body as another character or something like that. So don't make it completely interchangeable. Like, But all the other mechanics seem to be fine. I remember someone saying that the Indiana Jones is actually run by the Black Series team. But then the hands for the Star Wars ones aren't removable in most cases. There's only been a few characters that have separate hands. But again, the peg system works. I mean, straight away, looking at that system, it doesn't work. I don't know if you've got the DC Multiverse characters and their hands, they're just like, they look horrible on these sort of rotating weird joint pin things.
The thing with, I like the G.I. Joe, what's that? Instead of a
ball joint. A ball swivel. 4-inch coming to do this. Hell, even McFarlane. Yeah. I mean, it does work to an extent, but the ball joint, it's like Superman. They've made his sleeve blue and the ball joint blue, but then on the newer ones, they made the ball joint flesh colour, but then it's like too far up. And then like the blue's too far forward. It's just a bit weird. Like, but I find the way is Marvel Legends, they got the best hands.
Oh yeah, pegs, hinge, they were the best one.
It's amazing. You got the pivot, you got the thing.
If you took G.I. Joe Power Rangers articulation, stuck it on Marvel Legend, and then stuck that on a Jedi, you'd have like the ultimate figure.
Yeah.
But they don't do that.
In figure form, maybe not looks wise and stuff like that, and probably it's quite easy, but I would 100% say that Power Rangers is Hasbro's best action figure produced.
Yeah.
Articulation, the looks are okay, but it's just got everything that an action figure needs. And if they just took that as a concept, like a base or a skeleton, and put that onto other figures, they've got it. It's almost as good as a Spider-Man figure, articulation wise and stuff like that. So
I think I found with my G.I. Joes recently did another photo with them. They've been on a shelf and just standing there, their legs are like wobbling all over the place. Even ones that weren't loose before, how loose. I think that's the only problem with
female old bodies as well. You notice like their legs are just like they start forming rickets.
Yeah.
They just start bowing.
But Power Rangers, they hold up, they're good articulation, and you can't really go wrong with Power Rangers, like the look. Obviously, some of their civilian heads are a bit, let's not
they
sort of
fudged up the first Mighty Morphin Power Ranger heads, and they were a little bit too squished.
But overall, I think they're easily the best. All the bad guys they've got that comes out with them as well. Really good figures.
Yeah.
It's just a shame that they can't share ideas and stuff. But
Oh, well.
one day,
Yeah.
one day.
Who knows?
Just talk about Mando.
Did you enjoy the episode?
Loved it.
Yeah.
And I think it's such a breath of fresh air having Mando. After we've had a few weeks
Mordor.
now, Bad Batch, and Andor, and it's just like we've finally got something good. Do you know what I mean? After Boba Fett as well, because that was. But I just like the way they're going with Mandalorian.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people they were hating on this last episode, saying it was really rubbish. But for me, it had enough bit at the beginning to finish the last episode. So we saw. I mean, they could have completely eradicated that and went straight to Coruscant, and then caught up with Bo-Katan later. But we got enough in the beginning to see what happened after episode 2, and then it was just kind of like, well, that was enough. You didn't have to keep elaborating on that. And then the following part, when they went to Coruscant, just following the Doctor, it was a bit confusing at first. I wonder what her kind of things are. Is she now really part of the Empire still, or is she kind of working with the Republic?
She confuses me, that woman, because I was like, at first, do you not think she looks like a clone?
No,
I think she does.
Do you ever watch EastEnders?
No.
Like years ago?
Well, probably not. No.
So there was a lad in that called Fat Boy, and he looks like her.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. I know that guy. Yeah.
And it confuses me because I think oh, he really looks like her. And I look at her and I go, oh, I've seen her before in something. And it's like...
I really liked it. I mean, I like how they're going into the backgrounds of characters. Do you know what I mean? So that guy was just a scientist on when we first saw him, he was just
but I always thought he was kind of like a main character. But maybe they were just finishing off his arc there. I don't know.
He might be though. You never know what's going to happen, do you? Really?
Yeah.
But I feel like it's all kind of leading into one, isn't it? Like, what they're doing with Bad Batch with the whole cloning thing. I think it's all going to link up in a way.
Yeah, I think the Bad Batch. It's more about the clones after the war. When this one is more about the cloning of the progression to Snoke, the Emperor, and stuff like that. I think a lot of people are saying that why they're trying to tie up towards the sequels. I would rather that. Like, as someone that grew up with the original trilogy, I hated the prequels. Like, when they come out, I was just like, But when the Clone Wars come out, and gave me more and more content to actually explaining more of what was the Anakin changing so quickly and Grievous and missing out on the actual Clone Wars, because back then we didn't have any of it. It was just begins the Clone Wars, ends the Clone Wars. It's like, well, what happened in the middle? What is the Clone? So it's elaborated on a lot more, which makes me now appreciate the prequels. I don't think it will get to the extent that I would appreciate the sequels, but a little bit more understanding of Snoke, a little bit more back, so when Snoke just dies, it's not he just dies. We already know his backstory. And when he dies, that's when he dies, or something like that.
I think that was the problem with the sequels. It's like all these new characters, no story with them. Mm-hmm. They just appear. So where's this giant man come from? Do you know what I mean? Who is he? And then all of a sudden he's just dead.
Yeah.
The whole sequel thing could have been so much better if they did just give them backstories.
Yeah.
Or built it up.
The same. I mean, obviously you're younger than me, but when you go, oh, my favourite film's Revenge of the Sith. but you grew up with that, and then obviously knew the background of Grievous.
It's
And
funny.
then for me, I watch it, and the Grievous just turns out of nowhere. It's like, who the hell is this guy? And then dies, and it's like, well, who was he? Like, what? Like,
It's funny. I was talking to someone at work who's the same age as you, and he loves Star Wars, and we're saying how it's definitely an age thing. He appreciates the originals, and he doesn't mind the sequels, but hated the prequels. But now he can appreciate the prequels for what they were.
yeah.
So it's weird. It is like a definite age thing.
Well,
But
it's
I
what you
think,
grow up with. I mean,
yeah,
my boy, I suppose he was about 8 when we went to see Star Wars, and then his favourite character out of everything is Kylo Ren. It's just, but that's his villain. That was his thing. But then I think Kylo Ren, out of everything, out of the sequels, he was like the best established character out of it.
well, yeah, until he took his mask off,
Yeah, and his top.
and he was not. Yeah, I've never seen a muscular body like that. It just melted. It's just like
It's like SpongeBob with a head on top.
yeah. But I mean, he was definitely the coolest character before he took his mask off, and he kind of ruined the whole villain thing. He wasn't a villain then.
The only thing I would say is I think Carrie Fisher and Harrison Ford would probably make a prettier baby.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not Harrison Ford. He's
a good-looking guy.
I don't know. Not now. It's not anyway.
Well, now he's like 80 and sort of,
Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of things in the sequels. If they weren't in there, it would have been a lot better. But
yeah. I mean, Ray could have been all right, but they just need. We can go on about this all the time. It was The Last Jedi that broke the sequel trilogy. A lot of people did hate on the Force Awakens, but it left enough in there to elaborate on in the next film. The next film literally went, Luke, piss off. Ray, you're no one still, and you're still no one. And anyone could be someone. That was the whole point of the thing. Finn just gets pushed off and goes over there. And this is, another thing I've been saying. I just imagine a whole entire sort of like concept where Finn was also a youngling Jedi, and it was basically the Force bringing these two together to counteract the new darkness that was rising, to bring balance again.
I thought that's what was going to happen with Finn.
Well, that's exactly what I thought. And imagine Finn, he's got a green lightsaber. There's Rey with a blue lightsaber fighting these other people and stuff like that. Other clones.
She's got a yellow one, hasn't she?
Huh?
She's got a yellow one, hasn't she?
She's got yellow now, yeah. She's weed on it. But it's just like all these other ones. And just like imagine those two as two little fledgling Jedis, like trying to fight and sort of like grow up. And the worst thing that The Last Jedi done, instead of sort of jumping like a year ahead or 2 years ahead that all the other Star Wars used to do, it was like the day after. And it was just like, it just kind of didn't work and didn't evolve the characters around. So when the next time you saw Rey, you maybe would believe her that she could pick up some rocks, but she couldn't because it was like 2 days after, like the original kind of thing. And then at the end of the Skywalker thing, the whole entire sequel sort of thing, you could have Rey and Finn standing next together and saying, "Who are you?" And they're like, "We're Skywalkers." Both of them had no remembrance where they come from. Finn had no name. He was only given to like this pilot that only met him 2 minutes ago. He had no story or anything, and it was just kind of left to one side. Like Finn, it was such a character arc that could be like opened up for the young boys that are watching it, and Rey was for the young girls watching it. Do you know what I mean? And just sort of coming from nowhere, and
they could have saved
duality of females and sort of people of color coming into the Star Wars, being heroes and stuff. Like it could easily done, but Finn was just.
They could have easily saved Finn instead of doing like they could have done a series for him, even just to redeem it a bit.
Yeah,
they didn't even do that.
Callum actually the character I ended up liking the most from the sequels, which is weird. I started hating him in The Force Awakens, confused in The Return of Jedi, The Last Jedi, I should say, and coming around to him in Trios. I was sad that he died. Yeah, it was kind of weird where they kept bringing him back and he was died, and then Ray died, and then he died. It was just like a bit weird at that bit. But I just think like, yeah, I don't know. It's what it is now, isn't it? We just have to live with it. But
yeah, I mean,
you know, they didn't have to kill Luke off. They didn't have to kill Leia off. I mean, they could have been.
They killed them all off.
Yeah,
they know what I mean?
And then Leia and Luke could be the Jedi Masters sitting in their little things, sending out Rey and Finn on their way. You know, and they both were Padawans to Rey and to Luke and Leia, and they were like literally the foundations again of this new rising republic kind of thing. But it's just kind of weird now that Luke's out there training Grogu, but now Grogu's back and there's Luke, and what Luke just cannot find another little baby to like.
Just started watching TV.
Nourish. He was just
he just switched on, started watching Boba Fett.
Yeah, he's just like, oh, do you know what? Sod this. I'm going to go to that little island and then just suck on a boobie because I'm just done. I'm done with life. I'm literally just done. I've done everything. You know, like saw my dad die. I literally saved the world and the galaxy. No one recognises me. I'm just going to go away and just.
I do find that funny how he did all that and no one knows him.
Yeah.
And
it's still mystery. It's still what, a Jedi. A Jedi came and saved. You know, at the time, it was only like 20 years after Revenge of the Sith. And every time you look at sort of like any kind of population, it was like people were like, Jedi? Oh, no, they're ancient. We don't believe in those. They're just myths.
Yeah, I know. That's what I don't understand.
Dude, it was only like 20 years ago. I mean, I remember the cartoons that are in the 80s, and that was 30 years ago. Like,
that's why I've never understood that about Star Wars.
Because I always thought, like, when I was growing up, I thought a Jedi was, like, rare. You know, like, it was just like a rare wizard guy. But no, they was actually in the middle of like the most biggest capital. They even had a building dedicated to themselves where there was like tens of thousands who fought in the wars for all these planets, and everyone's like, "Oh, I remember a Jedi."
It's like they need a neon sign. It just says Jedi.
Yeah,
weird. Even like the old people in like the civilizations and stuff. Even the old people are like, "Oh, I've never seen a Jedi."
Yeah,
I'm like, how? They literally fought with clone troopers. Do you know what a clone is? Like,
yeah, the Clone Wars. Yeah, well, the guy at the front. I thought he was a little batten boy trying to lead.
Yeah, he was just a flag bearer.
He was like a little drum boy. Like,
just a little flag bearer.
Yeah.
But
so
how do we get into this?
I don't know.
I was talking about Mando.
We were talking about Mando.
But yeah, I like what they're doing with Bo. And diving into like the history of the Mandalorians. I think that's a good thing. Like linking their crest to an actual fin.
Yeah.
In the lake. So I think it's a lot.
The Loch Ness Monster.
I think, yeah, pretty much. And I think I like how Bo was like, "Did you see this? Did you get dragged under anything?" I was like,
"Yeah,
mate, you're making it obvious that you've seen something."
Yeah. Like, I was Mando. I go, what are you on about? Like,
yeah, like you nuts.
Like, there's nothing there. I fell down.
Yeah.
I don't know how I became unconscious though, but I fell down.
It is weird, but I like the way she's played, and I think she could easily have her own spin-off series.
Oh yeah.
And I think she will, because
I kind of liked it in this one as well that Mandalorian wasn't outgunned, because sometimes when there's another, like especially when Bo comes into it, even in season 2, as soon as there's another Mandalorian in it, Mandalorian loses all his sort of like powers, and he's like, "I'm up all the time. I can't do anything."
But I think they kind of kicked this series off with a bang because he came in and saved the day.
Yeah. Although the last episode, I mean, he was like he got captured by the sort of spider thing, and then he walked into a lake and vanished. Like it was just like, I'll give this guy.
He had a bit of a bad day, didn't he? He had a bit of a bad day. It was like captured by some droid thing that's still alive, which I don't know if you noticed that. But they panned off, and the fin's still there. So I don't know what the hell.
Yeah,
that
it kind
is.
of sort of like went away, didn't it? But I think it was just there as a sort of like to say what it was, a bit more mysterious. But yeah, so I mean, obviously she's seen it, and it's probably thinking of her about her actual main reasons and religion, I guess. You know, that's kind of like us, like not believing in anything, really.
Yeah.
And then there's proof, you know, like Christ has just walked in front of us and walked on water, and it's like, well, shit.
Joe, I reckon now that those two will be like that at some point. Maybe a little romance.
They'll get married. Remove his helmet.
Well, yeah, they'll just have to donk.
Two different meanings in it.
And they'll just adopt Grogu and have a happy
as
family.
A baby. Yeah.
But
give him a little red wig. It's like little red hair, and he looks like the little gremlin that comes out in Gremlins 2. Like,
it looks like what's the face? I've forgotten the name now. The female Yoda species. What's her name?
Yaddle.
Yaddle. We look like that with a bit of ginger.
Yeah, that's it. So apparently far more genuine and survived all the 6 we thought, yeah, because obviously when we was younger, it was like Luke was the last Jedi. It was like the thing and now it's like Reva. I mean Obi-Wan that we knew of.
Everyone, pretty much.
But now it's
like
Voss,
Cal.
Yeah. Maybe Mace Windu.
Yeah, that'd be good. Mace Windu. But Jedi Survivor's out next month, isn't it?
Might be. Don't know.
Thing is with that, I'm not really excited for it.
I didn't like the first one, so I probably wouldn't get it.
Like I liked playing it, but then that was it. Do you know what I mean? You played it, you unlock all this stuff, and then there's nothing else to do.
Yeah,
and that's it's just boring. But
yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
So
anyway, Bad Batch. What happened in Bad Batch?
One sec. Psychotic Shark said everyone died.
Everyone died in all,
but no one died. Yeah, pretty much. Bad Batch. What happened in Bad Batch? I only watched it like yesterday. What happened?
We'd be good reviewers, wouldn't we?
Sid. Oh yeah, they parted ways with Sid just like that.
Oh yeah, they didn't even. Sid.
Yeah.
That was the whole episode, wasn't it? Yeah, Sid. This thing that's been annoying me all this time, which has always been the backbone of their sort of like storylines, and then just all of a sudden it's like, oh, you left Sid. Yeah, we just left her.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just like that. She's meant to be this who never crossed Sid.
Yeah, all these other episodes. Other episodes where it's kind of like what they could have done an episode where they was like, do you know what, Sid? You've sent me on this mining episode thing, and even at the end they could have said like, Sid, we've had enough now. You keep sending us out on these too much dangerous missions. We're done. And then that's it.
And then they so they left her, and then miraculously just came across this Hawaii in the middle of.
Well, it was the pirate lady that they've only just met recently.
Yeah.
Gonna
so
have
pirate lady
with Tech.
What?
Well, you can see there's a relationship brewing between her and Tech.
Oh yeah, she wants him. Yeah. But
she wants his
I just feel took him to this kind of Hawaiian planet, and then did the whole story of Moana. Yeah. And now what? They're just going to live on this island and cook food and
help build the rest. I mean, I don't know where they get the materials for building this place because it's just an island.
Yeah. But how miraculous that they just came onto this island and it all of a sudden got a tsunami.
Yeah, but the people know about these tsunamis, but they're just like, oh yeah, it was nothing. And then so it comes. They're not like, oh, actually, they're getting worse. It could be another thing that's happened 30 years ago.
Don't think to build your island in a better place, or have better built buildings.
Yeah, that's it. And there's only one boat out at that time. It's an island. Everyone just lives on that island. They don't leave.
Yeah.
But
it's just mad. And I think I thought that was going to lead somewhere. So the Empire had found them or something.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, actually, do you know what I thought? All these years and millions of years they've been living on this island, and actually it's a giant turtle. I was expecting it to stand up.
Well,
they were living on the back of this,
that would be like the giant crab in Moana, though, wouldn't it? That would be it.
Yeah, I suppose so. But I was thinking more like
it's just under the sea.
Yeah. Tiny. But yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I kind of saw.
Suckling Shark, and we won't see Crosshair becoming a Death Trooper for another 3 weeks. Do you actually think he will? I don't think he'd be a Death Trooper.
I think something else will happen that will be kind of reverting back, but again, he was come back again fighting, I'd imagine.
Because, I mean, that Doctor's a significant person. It's got to be anyway, for something. So, we'll see. But I like that. I really liked that episode. It
needed to be like that. It was quite nice not to have Wrecker's voice for a change.
Yeah.
As much as I liked...
Oh, no!
Yeah, oh, you know what I want?
Food!
Yeah. It gets a bit anonymous and a bit boring after a while. His Imperial armor visual screams Death Trooper, so I wouldn't put it past the story for them to do it as it enhanced. Yeah, I understand where that is, but I kind of get it as a concept armor that will become Death Troopers. But for him to become a Death Trooper, I would agree, but I just think there'd be pointless to making him a mind-numbing zombie that would become a Death Trooper. I just think that.
Because then
there was a
there's no
retribution
story.
for something, and I think he will then revert back, and then maybe then become more. So, but we're seeing.
But that episode was good, and it was needed. It was I loved it when he just called that guy back and just shot him point blank. I was like, this is sort of thing we want.
Yeah,
is more darkness rather than bounding about like tick, come over it. Tick,
rather than Omega. Where are you gone to today? Oh dear, there you are. Oh look, she's out on a boat in danger again. Oh look,
what a surprise
over there. Wouldn't it be nice that one of the Bad Batch get in trouble and then Omega has to sort of or she
save them?
Well, not her save them. She's still part of Hunter and Tech, and her and Wrecker's in trouble. So it's them three trying to rescue.
Yeah.
Wrecker because he's got a bellyache because he's ate too much. Oh, great! Always thinking of his stomach. Oh, so sorry.
But I agree. Psychotic Shark said that the best episodes of the show are Crosshairs.
Yeah,
and they are. It's feels ages ago now, but the one with Cody as well.
Yeah,
it's just.
And I think we like that one as well. I think the code. I wouldn't mind now. We know where the Bad Batch are. They can rest there because they're building that place up. I don't need to now watch little small episodes where, we go and need some building bricks. We've got to go away. I'd rather them sort of just do that off screen. And now we're going to elaborate on the story with Cody. Or maybe Echo. And he goes out and they stumble with Rex and he stumbles upon Cody. Just something else over there.
This is what I mean. Not
the Bad Batch.
Do it like the Clone Wars. Like the Clone Wars style. So, obviously, I've said this before, that where they've called it the Bad Batch, they're stuck with the Bad Batch. But they could easily just make it about clones. So, like you said, they go after Cody, they'll go after Crosshair,
Yeah,
Echo, Rex, and it's
that's
like,
what I mean. So, like, Crosshair is Bad Batch, still Bad Batch.
Yeah.
He's still from. So we can watch his story from that point of view. Echo's now gone away, and now we can watch Echo's story from the Bad Batch. You know, so they're all sort of, and then you got the main little group in the middle. You know, but sooner or later, obviously, Amiga's going to get kidnapped, probably right at the end of the season, for the cloning facilities, because they need to get her so the Neonian, whatever it was, will do the bidding of the clonist person.
But that's what I don't understand. That why do they need her?
Because then they can use her as leverage to get that woman one to do some work for them. That's what the Prime Minister once said, didn't he? He was like, get this girl, and then she would do your bidding. But as far as they're concerned, she died on Camino when they went and got Crosshair. So
yeah, it's, I don't know. There's the thing with the Bad Batch. It's one of those ones where you feel like you have to watch it because it's Star Wars.
Yeah, because otherwise it's lore that you're missing out on. And
yeah, and then there's some who just think, I could just skip this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but then you can't just skip it because you just know that there might be something in it that will be later on in another episode, or something that is represents or something in the future. But I mean, I'm quite surprised actually that they're not even announced anything for Bad Batch. I don't even think they would do the season 2 armors and stuff. I mean, I'm not really too fussed if they do or not, to be honest. I don't really like the armor.
They're all full. And I was looking at Wrecker's one more when they was on that island. Oh, just not the camera. Wrecker's one more when they was on that island.
You can see it because it's bright for a change.
Yeah, and I was like, that's awful. It's poo colour.
Yeah.
Like,
it's just like orange, red. It's just like all the colours are really horrible.
It's like they just got Amiga to get a little colouring set out and just
just
colour it.
I think you know, if they do bring any figures out, I wouldn't mind the sort of pirate lady as a figure.
Some of those
I guess that's it, really.
Yeah, that's it.
As sort of like
let's have a look. There's got some comments here. I reckon we're going to see Scorch get Delta Squad together, as he was told to look for them.
Yeah, they might have a fight off.
But that's another thing. Haven't they got Scorch out?
When's Gregor going to come into it? Because Gregor was one of the clones that got, and he was an ARC trooper, wasn't he?
He was a commando, wasn't he?
So do you reckon it'll be Scorch, Delta, and all that, and then Gregor on the end? You think they would make him come along?
Because he was a nutcase, wasn't he, in the Rebels?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm guessing something happened.
Yeah, and obviously Wolf is in Rebels as well, as a good guy.
So we'll probably see him at some point as well.
Yeah.
Because that's what I want to see, because Rex obviously went on the hunt for them all, didn't he?
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why I want to see Echo, because Echo is part of Bad Batch now, so we can see this, why they're building Coral Reef back up.
But I think that's where they're heading. It's like Echo and Rex are going off to find the clones to get them to join. But then what happens to Echo? We're in Rebels. Didn't the Empire figure out the Bad Batch was still alive in the Zillow Beast episode where Scorch turned up? Did they realise it was them though? I don't think they saw them.
I can't remember. There was a note saying at the end. Oh yes, they thought that they did, but the report said otherwise, didn't it? That's what they were saying. So.
But you can see, like, you're watching it and you think, yeah, these are filler episodes. But you can see all these little kind of branches off they're doing.
Yeah, but they always do it at the end, and then it's like, oh, and then next time it's like, oh, I've got a full stomach again.
Yeah, it's like you think it's gonna, yeah. You think it's going somewhere, but it doesn't.
Yeah, that's it. And then all of a sudden it'll be the last 3 episodes, and it's be like, they sort of shout. Yeah, I never get why they keep using the same bloody shuttle. To be honest, like,
Yeah,
it's
I know.
actually
Just
a class
swap it.
ship that they always used as well. It's not even like it's a different ship during the Clone Wars that they was using. What are you looking at?
I think it's group notifications on the
Well,
group.
before we end, we can go for our group again, can't we?
Oh yeah. Let's do that.
Show off some people's work. Show them all off. Show where we progressed. Even though I've not really contributed this week.
No, you haven't. I've just been doing it all on my own.
It's got in the way.
Yeah, life's not important when it comes to a group. Alright, share screens. Facebook. Alright, group.
Nicely done.
Down.
It's a good figure.
So we've got
a bunch.
Huh?
It's Logan saying that he's got Scorch on the way. Have you got Scorch yet? Have you got any of the Republic?
I've got what's his face? The first one that came out. No, the first one came out.
Oh, Boss.
Yeah, I didn't pick him out.
You know, no.
What am I doing?
Don't know.
Browse. Where's the blimmin'?
There's my beautiful face.
I never do it on a computer. Where's the albums, the photo albums?
I don't know.
Well, this is. God,
funny,
I don't like this.
I'm going to have everyone except Fixer. Fixer, he's kind of hard to get now, isn't he? I've not seen him in the shops for a little
They all are.
No, Sev was like $14.99 on Zavi.
Are they?
And game.
There you go.
Jesus.
Right, here we go. Found it. So, obviously you saw some of these Monday. We'll go over. We've had quite a few more since. Well, exactly 5. It's been 5 days. So, I don't know if did we show this one? Dust Doom? I think we showed him, didn't we?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So we've got this Bo-Katan shot. I love this.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah. Was that Hot Toys, though, isn't it? Looking at the shoulders, the way it's.
Yeah, I think it might be.
Yeah.
But I just think the focus is brilliant. It looks real. Do you know what I mean? It looks like a real person.
But wait, to me, it's
from Jedi Journal.
You know, one of those art paintings.
Yeah. Like a digital art.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks really good.
It's really good. That's Jedi Journal on Instagram, if you want to follow him. That's or Dario in the group. Parts may vary. I like this one as well.
Mandalorian and Grogu.
Huh? I didn't realise what you said there. I was like, oh yeah.
Alternate universe.
I like this. And these are NECA. These are NECA as well. And I love the diorama in the background.
Is it a diorama? It looks digital.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's a diorama he's used, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, he's got the, I don't know, I'm pointing again. Yeah, but he's got the, I think that's like might be from wrestling or something, WWE, that.
Yeah, the ambulance. Yeah.
Ambulance. But yeah, I love it. It looks real. I do like NECA figures. They do photograph really well.
Yeah, it's just a shame that.
Well, you say that about NECA, like their articulation, but my Predator figure, brilliant articulation, better than some of the like Black Series stuff. Oh, that's not hard.
Jigsaw.
This one.
I like that.
Yeah. That was really good.
Yeah, it reminds the way he's sort of looking reminds me of like one of those ventriloquist dummies. Like I
I looked at my jigsaw figure. I thought, how the hell have you done that? I wouldn't even be. I wouldn't know where to start to be able to pose it like that, because that is.
I think it's like it's giving off the illusion the way he's sitting, rather than that he is actually sitting that way. So from the angle, he's probably tilted quite a fair bit, and the legs up quite high. So if you're looking at him from a different angle, he probably looks quite awkward.
But that is a nice one, and that's Punisher figure in the background.
Yeah.
And that's all the diorama as well.
Yeah, that was really good.
I do like these sort of dioramas. You know what I mean? Where it's got the furniture and all that sort of stuff in it.
Have you seen the furniture on AliExpress? I mean, even something for that is about $13.99. Like,
I know.
Yeah.
It's expensive, isn't it?
It's probably not, but it's because we're like tight when it comes to things like that, because it's like, oh, it could be a figure.
Yeah. But that was What's Up Danger on Instagram. And today's one.
Yeah, that's really good.
Ghost Mare on Instagram. Django Fett. This one reminded me of the old Bounty Hunter game. Do you know what I mean? Just where it's kind of in that underground kind of Coruscant and
the lower levels early. It was like the early level of the game as well, wasn't it? Not the
that was a great game, Matt.
Yeah, another Hot Toys as well.
I
wonder what it's like. It's like I could imagine it's been in like a 12-inch figure. I could have been like, but
I wonder what it's like
to
own a Hot Toys.
Huh?
I wonder what it's like to own a Hot Toys. I can't justify the price. Yeah. But I mean, they're cool. They do photograph really well. Like, they look real, don't they? Where's Steve gone? He's just disappeared. What happened there?
I literally just went to go and click on Jacob's comment, and then my cursor just went whoop, and it just come off, and I was just like, "Oh, it's just closed my browser down." It's like that was great. What NECA lacks in articulation makes up for sculpt, paint, and accessories. With all that, not much more, or sometimes equal price to Black Series. It is getting that way, because NECA's getting, Well, there was a time that NECA was about 26 quid. I remember getting my Predators and all that about that price. But now they're about 34.99. But then, if you was classing it as a deluxe figure, that what they come with compared to a Black Series figure,
Oh yeah.
Look at Jesse. He'll come out with his 2 pistols and a removable.
To be honest, they're not that much different in price now, anyway, are they?
Yeah.
So I mean, that's what when I went into Nerdbase the other day, I thought, well, I do want Predator. And I thought, I picked up Predator and I looked at...
Oh my god, technical issues today, or what?
I know, I don't know why it keeps slipping. Oh, that'll do. But, I picked up like the Black Series figure, because I think I was showing that Dark Trooper. And I thought, well, I could pay £34 for this, like Predator, or 25 for just a single figure.
Yeah.
It's not like I just get the better looking figure.
25 for a Dark Trooper.
It was like 20. It was like 21 to 25 or something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
They're not
It
about
was
£5 quid.
No, it was the one in the. It was the one in the carbonised. Carbonised.
Yeah.
Credit collection one.
No, I want a glossy one.
I mean, you can get a glossy one. You can just paint it.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
But we do features every day on Instagram and on the Facebook page.
Yeah, tag us on Instagram. Or check it in the stories as well.
So what Steve did say there is tag us on Instagram.
Yeah.
And use the hashtag and stuff, and we do get quite a few.
Advertise it out. We can put
Get quite a few now each day, so we kind of have to siphon through them. So we feature one on the main page, and then we'll put the rest on stories, sort of thing. So you're all getting featured in a way. How do you guys feel about Mayfix recovered armor?
Boba Fett. How do you guys feel about the Mayfix recovered armor? Boba Fett coming out in December. Best Boba in this game, in my opinion. Only one with what new recovered.
Recovered armor, isn't it?
Oh, okay. So I guess that he's in his Typhon outfit. Oh. Well, I guess it's just going to be a remodeled of the other one, isn't it?
Yeah, Mayfix is one of those ones I've never really.
No, I just never liked the
looked
joint.
at. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like Ball Joint Man, wasn't it? Like Spider-Man. And
Yeah,
it's like,
and I'm a little bit OCD, so I have Bandai kit droids.
they're similar
I
scale,
don't really
aren't they, Bandai?
cross over. Oh, it's not Black Series, and if Black Series brought one out, then I'm more like, I need it in Black Series as well. Like, that's good. The little quick kick one. Quick kick, Iron Fist.
Yeah, you go brand new to the group, and he's already getting featured on live stream.
Oh, look at that! Boom.
Yeah. But yeah, this is a group. If anyone of you got Facebook, come and join it. I think some of you joined last week or Monday but loads of people posting it every day. So that's a cool one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get some different style shots. Lee does a lot of like comic-y style ones.
Yeah.
Transformers you've got in there, you've got loads in there, Hellboy. So yeah, come join it. I mean, we've got an Instagram as well, all in the description of this live stream. So yeah, go and give us a follow. Join us.
Or die.
Yeah. Enlist. I think I put on Instagram enlist on the group.
Enlist today.
Yeah.
And this week's theme is party.
Oh yeah, the challenge. We're doing party.
Party.
We've had a few on the hashtags already for that. Yeah. But yeah, challenge times party. It finishes Monday. I think I gave for the end date.
I wasn't going to buy import figures, but alas, I broke. Had to get a Mafex Spider-Man, and he's great. He does look good, actually, the Spider-Man.
When are they coming out as well, the Marvel Legends?
I don't know. Someone actually done a screenshot of the last live when they was on there producing the anniversary of the Avengers figures and stuff, and the Spider-Man. And in the background, there was the box of the Spider-Man. So maybe soon. Right. I don't know, but a lot of the other companies had a few problems, haven't they?
What, for licensing?
Yeah. So they was going to come with like the civilian heads, but they've had to take them out.
Why?
Because of licensing, due to likeness agreements or something like that.
That's mad.
Yeah. So,
I mean, that's annoying that you don't get the civilian heads.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. Yeah, I mean, they weren't going to be in the Hasbro ones anyway, but I think it's the Mafex one. You know, the ones that come out with the really horrible, big, massive five ball joint ones. It was those ones because they stagnated the releases, but they never got withheld back because they're not coming with their extra heads or anything no more.
Right, shall we end up there then? Done an hour today.
Yeah.
Steve's slowly dying, so we'll end up a bit earlier today.
Yeah. I'm literally like dying from the lights as well. My eyes are just like, and then it's making my nose run even more.
Right, hope you enjoyed.
Hopefully,
hope you survive. We'll be back next week at some point.
Yeah.
So don't forget, join the group, follow us on Instagram,
subscribe.
Follow us all individually.
on Instagram. Anything else?
all
Like
individually.
the video. It helps out us both as
Oh,
well.
Logan Crosby asked to join Toy Photography.
Just decline that one.
I won't do it on here because I'll stop sharing actually because it brings up all their profile information.
All your information and your credit card details. We get it all.
Right. So Logan Crosby hasn't answered the membership questions.
Deny.
And one of my pet peeves, you know, if you want
We
to join
take
a
this
group,
time out to make this group, and you can't be asked to answer the questions and agree to our terms and conditions.
oh mate, this camera
No, it's
keeps
not that
falling
type of
today.
video. Stop doing that.
I'll just leave it. I'm
Yeah,
bored of it now.
with your rubbish
Anyway.
Slytherin thing.
I can't do that. Okay.
Yeah, you get barred.
Right. Anyway, see you later. Hope you enjoyed.
Just end it there. Like, all right, see you later, guys. Have a happy
Yeah.
Friday. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.
Bye. You ended it.
I am. Yeah, I'm ending it.